Injury attorneys at The Advocates can't actually prevent you from being in a cycling accident. They will be by your side to support you following your accident. Our legal services won't cost you a dime out of pocket. So when you need an injury attorney, call us. We're The Advocates, your Utah personal injury attorneys. You didn't deserve to be in an accident, but you do deserve an advocate.
This is The Monty Show, the truth in sports talk streaming. When you want unbiased opinions about your favorite team without the spin, all you have to do is find The Monty Show, streaming live and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on YouTube. And now, here's Monty.
Hey, The Monty Show, live on your YouTube machine. How the heck are you? Happy Monday, already the last week of April.
How?
We are 4 days away from the NFL draft, and I have high hopes. There is some new details coming out about how the Chicago Bears have handled Caleb Williams. We'll talk about that. Do you have a can't-miss NFL draft prospect? Do you have a favorite player in college that you hope doesn't miss? We'll talk NFL draft coming up, NBA playoffs, all of that, but kind of a crazy morning here on the Monty Show.
Hey, Monty.
As always, presented by The Advocates, theadvocates.com, the best injury attorneys in the business, where you never pay a dime to talk to one of the best injury attorneys live online, 24/7, 365 at theadvocates.com, where, as always, they employ empathy and compassion. They know that when you call an injury attorney, and you call the advocates, that it is usually one of the toughest days in your life. You've been hurt at work, maybe. Who knows what you're going through? Oh, the advocates know, because they've seen it all, they've done it all, they've won it all, and they're ready to win for you today at theadvocates.com. All you have to do is hook it up online, chat with an injury attorney 24/7, 365, and it won't cost you a dime at theadvocates.com. How about 100,000 subscribers?
Okay.
On this channel.
Okay.
It is something that we've talked about a lot for a long time, I think. It's something that for all of you who have watched this show for a long time, or a very short time, you know that we have been edging closer to this for the last month or so. And now that it's actually here, it's wild to think about the fact that just 2 years ago, we had less or about 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
1,000 subscribers, like adding 5,000 subscribers to a channel a year. And for those who don't know, that would be a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that we've added 50,000 subscribers for the last 2 years is incredible. It is absolutely incredible. And the idea that we're now over 100,000 subscribers is crazy.
Yeah, well, I just think it's, it's all the different forms the show has taken. We have so many new listeners, so many people who've been here for a long time. And I think that the different forms and fashions that the show has taken is what it's about. And as you're about to see, we're about to have some
no
fun
idea
today
how
on the
this
show
is going
today.
to happen, but
so Mrs. Monty is over here bringing some balloons.
The Mrs. Monty's. I don't know how would you, there you go. Look at that.
Yes. This is the first appearance.
It is
of the
balloons?
girlfriend.
Oh, the girlfriend.
Yeah.
The girlfriend. Yeah. There you go. 100.
It looks good. It legit looks good.
It does look
good.
That's
well done by you.
They
guys.
showed up here at 5:30, 5:40 this morning and shot confetti at us, which was amazing.
Yeah,
it's a big deal. This is not something that, you have more. Oh, you should absolutely do
you
it.
should.
You should absolutely do it.
100%.
It's not something you do on your own. It's not like we just sit here by ourselves and, get 100,000 people to subscribe to our channel. That's not how this ball game's played. It is a team effort because you sacrifice a lot. You go to things like Big 12 Media Day. You're doing sales all day long.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a thing. And I don't mean to belabor the point.
No, I think there's no doubt about it. I think it is, we're not the biggest channel out there, but I do think it's rarefied air for a channel like ours, that's doing doing sports talk and, isn't doing viral Lambo videos on YouTube. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, I think it's, I think, here we go.
Ready?
Yeah.
See, look.
See, look.
It's confetti. It's confetti.
All the confetti.
It's all the confetti. It's all the confetti. Oh, it's it. See, you just got to have fun because there are so many times where your wife is off camera throwing confetti at you to celebrate your channel being at 100,000 subscribers, right? But it's a cool thing, and you guys all played a role in it. And Q Sam, hello to you. George Hare, hello to you. Christopher Shannon says, wife and girlfriend, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mrs. Monty, who is our official Monty Show merchandise model.
Brand ambassador.
There she is. And Jizzy's in the house.
Nice.
So
nice.
There you go. But yeah, OG Gary says congrats on 100K. So it's fun.
I think we're still trying to figure out what we're gonna do to celebrate with you guys. I think that I look back at the path of this show, and we've only been on YouTube 2 years, and I think that it's crazy. I would be lying if I said it was easy, because it's not easy. It's like 4 a.m. every day since we moved to the mornings. It's, even when we were doing afternoons, it was still, 12, 14-hour days. It's still long days.
Yeah.
It's still like I feel like people, not saying that people don't appreciate what we do, but I think you can't understand what it's like to do it unless you're doing it. And I think that, I and the show, and we take a lot of pride in growing at the rate we're growing, because we work hard to make it grow. And I think that you don't just accidentally get to this level. And this is what I told all the people, again, who were talking junk about us and were, saying certain things about us. Like, there's no denying it anymore. There's no, oh, you're just a little old channel or whatever. Like, it's over with. And
100,000 is legit.
Yeah.
100,000 is legit. What do you have now? Okay.
The fun's gonna keep coming.
The fun is going to keep coming, which is not the name of a porn movie, but it is what it is. Anyway, my point is, well done.
Yes.
Appreciate everybody who watches this show. Thank you. And there's more balloons.
We're going ham.
There's more balloons. They're gonna blow up balloons in the background.
Let's do it.
So lots of blowing this morning. But my point is what? But my point is, thank you to everybody who watches the show. We cannot do it without you. Thank you to the advocates. Thank you to guys like Ryan at Big O Tires and American Fork, Prize Picks.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we've had a lot of partners on this show, and every one of them matters.
Yes.
None more than the other, because all of our partners have made, big impressions on our listeners. People like Bucked Up, Papa Murphy's, Super Chicks, all of the things we've always had fun with on the show. So appreciate all of you.
And drop your memories of the show in the comment section. When did you start listening? How long have you been listening?
Yeah. Chad Carter says 100,000 subscribers, Caps Lock Monday. There it is. See? There you go.
Caps Lock
Monday now. Caps Lock Monday. No, we're not doing Caps Lock Monday. We're actually going to do a show this Friday.
Yeah.
Jake is not going
to work this Friday.
Jake's not going to vacate, to like go, salute with rich people.
Right.
Happy silver balloon. Thank you. Free Monty Show Speedo calendar to celebrate 100,000. Yes, that's where Jake was. I don't know how you guys, you got to do better than that. I don't know how you guys figured it out, but yeah, Jake was shooting
that's the rollout for 100,000 subs.
That's why there's golden balloons. Jake's going to wear a golden diamond studded banana hammock.
Yeah.
Soon.
Okay.
I'm so bricked up right now.
It'll hang in your wife's bathroom.
Right.
I'm sure. Be on the lookout for sneaky water balloons. That would be a disaster. A disaster. Dibs, who's been a member for 13 months.
Okay, let me. All right, there we go.
Thank you. Oh, almost. Mrs. Monty's not allowed to throw things like baseballs or softballs.
Oh.
She breaks stuff throwing toys to the dog. Big ups. I remember when you two were in that white room with the Baker Mayfield Big Head 2021 conference realignment was beginning of the road to 100K.
And when I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
I would agree. Remember the Kevin Durant?
Yes.
Fat head and the Baker Mayfield. You were a huge Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, dude.
You were a huge Baker Mayfield guy.
And he did what I told you he'd do, and we're in a good place.
Paige is unwilling to throw the balloon in front of you.
Well,
to heckle you from the background. Yeah, those were the days.
Yeah.
Those were absolutely the days. I don't know. Real quick before we get into actually like doing the show.
Yeah.
Do you have did it go? There it is. Finally.
I feel like we're at a ball game right now with the
yeah, there we go. Get them up.
There we go.
Get
now
it up.
all the balloons.
Jake, get it up. Get it up.
We're working on it.
Let's go. There you go. All the balloons. All the balloons. We're playing dodgeball with blow up balloons. I don't know. Some of the things I remember, obviously, leaving the Yelpatory to do this show full time.
Mm-hmm.
I remember all the fun sales stuff we did.
I remember the huge quality jump we took after we invested in much better equipment.
Yes, and lights and cameras and mixers. And
I remember when we tried Twitch for like 3 days.
Oh my God. Do you remember, confetti and balloons?
See, that was
Do you remember how early it was in Phoenix when we used to get it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It felt like forever. That's the stuff I remember. I just remember things like realignment, the Rudy Gobert trade, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's the stuff that I remember.
The birthday bash we put on.
The birthday bash, the Big 5-0 birthday bash with Max Tooley and Brant Keithy and all the boys at Utah and BYU and the Utah Grizzlies. Yeah, I remember all of that. Jay McClanahan says 100K. Yes, thank you. I would think it would make sense for hockey teams to play at the Mavericks Center because it's better suited for hockey than the Delta Center. All right, well, let's get into it a little bit. Can the NHL in Utah thrive? I guess that's the question.
Mm-hmm.
And the answer is I think so, but I'm not certain of that. I think that when we look at the way that Ryan Smith has done business as the owner of the Utah Jazz, I don't know that Ryan Smith is the right guy to power the NHL in Utah. I truly do not. I'm going to play you this bite of this press conference that he did. And I just don't, if you listen to Ryan Smith, I guess here is my question. If you listen to Ryan Smith, do you buy what he is selling? Because there's no doubt he is selling. And I think I did a live stream the other night on Twitter, and it's on my Twitter feed. Please go back and watch if you haven't seen it. It's not personal. And I think a lot of people want to make the situation with Ryan Smith personal. And I can tell you unequivocally, it is not personal. Neither one, Jake or I, know Ryan Smith. He is, as I've said, refused to come on the show. He does not generally do interviews with people that are going to ask him questions of any sort, of any kind. Sort is not a word. Of any kind. Ryan is not used to accountability. And what's interesting in this press conference, he actually did get a couple of questions that were frankly uncomfortable. And I think it's really important to see that. And I also think it's really important that as a city and a state, that Salt Lake City and Utah are excited about the NHL, because if the city and the state are not excited, it's going to fail miserably. And that's not an option, because we're going to pay this 0.5% sales tax hike for the next 30 years. That's not going away. If the NHL thrives, that's not going away. If the NHL bombs and Ryan Smith winds up selling the team, that's not going away. It's not going away. We all, as a collective, are going to pay that 0.5% sales tax. But I want you to listen to Ryan Smith talk about downtown, talk about, his passion. And do you buy what Ryan Smith is selling on the NHL?
Yeah, so Lindsay, it's a good question. I think, a few of us went and saw LA Live a couple weeks ago. From city and public officials, we all went down and did a tour. And there's a lot of new sports and entertainment districts that have been set up on the outskirts of cities. But the reason why we wanted to see that particular district was because it was right in the heart of LA. And that's a very different proposition than to go and build a new area. Downtowns are not having their strongest moment across the U.S., to say the least. I don't know what it is, but post-pandemic and everything else, it's been really, really difficult. And, you know, I mean, the Jazz probably go where hockey goes, if we're going to be honest.
Bro.
First of all, how are you comparing this to LA Live? I don't know the answer to that question. Having lived in LA, having worked for the Lakers when the Staples Center, now Crypto.com Arena, opened, understanding the enormity of that project, the money that came from private sources and Schultz, like all of the different private guys, the idea that Ryan Smith is trying to compare LA Live to whatever this is going to be at the Delta Center, I think is really problematic. And that last line that he put out, where he said, the NHL or the Jazz go where the NHL goes. Were you surprised by that?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. I mean, I think it should be the other way around. I think hockey should go where the Jazz go, and I don't think the Jazz should be in Riverton or Draper. I think the Jazz have always been popping balloons in the background on accident. No, I think that I was a little surprised because the Jazz are obviously, you know, what's been here and what's going to be here. And this whole hockey concept feels like, you know, a little bit of the new car smell situation where Ryan wants it to be as perfect as possible. He wants it to be sold as such a positive. And the reality of the situation is that, you know, the reason he's using LA Live as an example is because there is not a better example of an entertainment district in a downtown situation. The only difference is obviously that's LA, and there's something to be said for that. Like like LA is a mecca. It is a much larger metro than downtown Salt. Like it's not, you're comparing apples and oranges at that point, in my opinion. And I think, you know, that's the issue I have with it is that the Delta Center renovation is a different part than the downtown renovation. And there's a graphic going around Twitter right now where it shows that 29% of downtown Salt Lake is parking, that we don't have huge parking structures. We don't have, you know, accommodations for all these people. There's a reason we don't have every single major sport chilling downtown in Salt Lake City. We don't have the room for it. We don't have the infrastructure for it. It's not set up that way. And that's why I have concerns because, yeah, sure, you could build a parking structure or you could like build, you know, more accommodations. But the reality is LA Live isn't about the fact that there's an entertainment district in a downtown situation.
No.
It's about the fact that you've got the Lakers sitting there with all their statues. You've got this sort of aura and environment about it.
The Grammy Awards.
Yeah.
You have major concerts. You have major lifestyle. You have major hotels.
And I feel like it's much more in the culture in LA. It fits better. Like that's not our culture here.
You have Crypto.com Arena that is attached to the LA Convention Center. You have world-class restaurants. You have world-class hotels. You have world-class entertainment spaces. You have ESPN's West Coast headquarters at LA Live. Like you have to understand that this is an entertainment mecca at LA Live. Delta Center, with all due respect, Delta Center's never going to be that kind of attraction.
And I do think Delta Center's a nice building. Like I've been in a lot of NBA buildings. I think it's a perfectly fine NBA facility.
But look, am I the only one that sees the irony that everybody in Utah rips Los Angeles and California and it's a shithole and there's a bunch of homeless people and it's those damn liberals? And
but I know when you were downtown last week, there were no homeless people, right?
There were no homeless people.
And it's perfectly
There
clean.
was not a drug addicted guy laying on the sidewalk when we went and saw the symphony.
Come on.
And what is Mrs. Monty's number one complaint about why does she not like going to Jazz games? Well, because it's the middle of winter and you've got to walk 3-4 blocks to get to the arena.
Typically in snow.
There is no, your parking infrastructure issue is exactly right.
But what do they have in Las Vegas? Oh, that's right. They've got a parking garage attached to T-Mobile and you don't have to go outside if you don't want to.
T-Mobile Arena is located at the entertainment mecca of Las Vegas. It is in the middle of Las Vegas, where there's tens of thousands of parking spots.
Yeah.
So it's a completely different setup. And you look at this situation in downtown, I would be going and looking at LA Live. I would be going and looking at T-Mobile in Las Vegas. I'd be doing all of that. I would not be publicly saying this is going to be LA Live in downtown Salt Lake City.
Yeah, I mean, I think Delta Center situation is much more akin to like Oracle Park for the Giants in San Francisco.
I would agree with that.
Where you have
agree with that.
A park situated basically just in a section of downtown, and there's not a ton around it. I mean, you're talking about the rail system there being obviously goes by the ballpark. And then you've got a great chicken and waffle place there, and you've got a couple other odds and ends, but it's not like it's some like, huge
Chase
thing.
Center down the street now. You've got the Warriors and the Giants. And what's the biggest difference with LA Live and the Warriors and the Giants? All of those teams have championships.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one of them. I would also remind you, where do the San Jose Sharks play? They play in the South Bay. They're not like, there is no hockey downtown there.
Yeah.
And the struggle is, and I'm not trying to be a jerk about this, and I'm asking legitimately, I don't believe that the NHL is this mecca. And I'm going to play this sound again because I think one of the most important things that Ryan Smith says, one of the things he says, and I actually don't remember if it's in this clip or not, but he talks about how we're going to make a lot of money, so much so that in the future, people are going to be like, wow, we made a lot of money. There's not an example. And again, if we're supposedly the truth in sports talk, let's tell the truth. Find me the NHL arena that has been built on taxpayer money that's, wow, we made a lot of money.
But you made a lot of money for who? This is the thing. This is what I'm saying. It's a marketing ploy. You made a lot of money for who? Ryan Smith keeps saying, oh, Utah shows up. Utah shows up. Yeah, I'm well aware that Utah shows up. I'm not well aware that you know how to win a championship or you know how to keep this team relevant after you traded away all the talent. And that's my problem. And before you listen to this bite, I want you to listen to it in the sense that this guy says all the right things for all the wrong reasons.
But also notice how uncomfortable he is.
Well, that's, yeah.
Notice the lip gloss he is wearing. Notice it's uncomfortable listening to this guy speak because it's the ums, the ahs.
He seems unsure.
Because he's spinning. He doesn't have truth on his side. That's what he doesn't have. Here's Ryan Smith, the owner of the NHL in Utah.
Yeah, so Lindsay, it's a good question. I think a few of us went and saw LA Live a couple weeks ago. From city and public officials, we all went down and did a tour. And there's a lot of new sports and entertainment districts that have been set up on the outskirts of cities. But the reason why we wanted to see that particular district was because it was right in the heart of LA. And that's a very different proposition than to go and build a new area. Downtowns are not having their strongest moment across the U.S., to say the least. I don't know what it is, but post-pandemic and everything else, it's been really, really difficult. And, I mean, the Jazz probably go where hockey goes, if we're going to be honest.
100,000 subscribers of confetti. What does the pandemic have to do with anything?
Well, and I feel like that's the other thing. Like it's, oh, hey, the pandemic killed downtown, or hey, like the pandemic has made things difficult. No, what's made things difficult is downtown Salt Lake is not yet prepared to have people frequenting it all the time. Like it just doesn't. The pandemic is not an excuse, bro. You have to be honest about it. And I feel like Ryan it tries so hard to sound like corporate bigwig guy when he talks instead of just saying, yeah, you know what? Like we looked at LA Live because I want this downtown. I want this. I want downtown to turn into where everybody likes to go instead of the Delta Center being in a situation where we have some issues around it and it's kind of a struggle for our fans to get to it. Like, why not just say that? Why not just be honest about the fact that, hey, like downtown in Salt Lake is not ideal right now. Like,
It's not.
It's just not a place where you're like, man, I am so excited to go downtown. I'm not. And frankly, it is way out of the way. It is not. It's not centrally located in terms of Salt Lake County. It's on the north end of Salt Lake County, and all the money's in the south end. So all the people that you want showing up are chilling in their house, having good food, enjoying the game on their big ass TV.
And I think the other part of this is that you have him talking about Draper. He wanted to move this team to Draper.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess the bottom line for me is I don't see the NHL as a rousing success in Utah. I just don't.
I do think the building will be full. I do think that he is going to make a lot of money, and that's the point that I hope that you as a sports fan take home from what Ryan Smith talks about. Notice he always says we're going to make a lot of money. Buy your season tickets. Utah shows up. Utah showing up doesn't mean that that's good for the state. You understand that, right? Like, it's good for Ryan Smith. It's good for SCG, right? It's probably good for the building.
Don't you mean Smith Entertainment Group?
Yeah, Smith Entertainment Group, right? Like, okay, cool. Like, I get it, Ryan. You're making your money back. I understand. But that doesn't mean that I'm sitting here thrilled to pay 0.5% more in tax. I'm not. And I still think he has not had to answer the question of why didn't you put it to a public vote? Why didn't you let the people decide?
He will never be asked that.
Well, he should be asked that. And yeah, I agree. Local media won't ask that.
Never.
We're too busy at the Trib writing pieces about how we're no longer Jazz fans because the Jazz were so terrible, as if that wasn't obvious. Like, it just bothers me so much that people won't just ask a follow-up question like, okay, cool. Like, that's your opinion, Ryan. What are you going to do to bring a Stanley Cup to Salt Lake? What are you going to do to, like, any number of things?
All right. Let's get some of your comments in here. Obviously, a lot of you commenting on 100,000, which is great. Dibs, whose comment I did not read. Congratulations on 100K. You've come a long way from Jake's basement. Yeah, remember when we were in your basement,
dude,
bro?
Apparently we were in my basement.
With Jordans on the wall. Well-deserved. Thank you. Aaron Wilson gives a Monty Show membership. Aaron, thank you. Jimmy Otson, hello. Referred to this channel a year ago. Rip Gold and Blue Dude. Yes, indeed. Rest easy, my friend. Roy Wall, a new member of the Monty Show.
There we go.
Let's go. You can join the Monty Show on 2 levels. Don't forget. We have a premium tier that gets you into Jake's little cool kids club, and you automatically get a free. What are you giving away? A WRX STI here, or like not that. An STI
via social media?
Yeah, that's a lie. If you join our members only, you DM Jake on Instagram, SLC Jake. He will put you into our members only group. That is if you join our members only content for $10 a month. For $2 a month, you can join our entry level membership to support the channel. Thank you for that. Let's see. Boyd Lake says parking is a big deal. Got to have available options for a culture that prefers to drive everywhere. This is true. Roger Sales. What's up, my guy? Congratulations. I found you back in the basement days at around 1,000 subs and enjoyed every minute. Keep it going. Another birthday party at the Grizzlies. Well, now it has to be at the NHL, right?
Right.
You know, maybe. Roger.
Yes. Let's give Ryan Smith more money.
Mikkel, it's pronounced Mike Chase. Hello. Congrats on 100K subscribers. I remember when there was less than 1,000 and your birthday bash. That was a blast. It was so much fun.
Good time. Yeah, that was really fun.
It was so much fun. All sports are scripted. Says, remember, the tallest buildings at Salt Lake City skyline is the LDS World Headquarters in Temple Square.
Is that somehow a
surprise? Is that still true? Well, there's more balloons coming in now.
Can we pan the camera out just a minute? Oh, we're going over the top.
We're going over the top now. There's more. Okay, we're going over the top now. We're going over the top.
I think we need to do the show under the table now.
The ladies of Montyville are hanging balloons.
Over under the balloons falling us.
Under.
Like that.
They're just like that. Just like that. Good call. You should play Prize Picks today.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
Yeah, call me John St. Porter, you know?
Oh my God. How about Michael Porter in the locker room the other night being asked about that?
There we go.
There we go. All right, ladies, well done. Well done.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Good talk.
Okay. They almost didn't last. You know, the balloons have lasted not as long as the Monty Show. You know, I'm doing my part to decorate the set. It's what I do. This is wild. This is what our show has become now. This is what happens when you hit 100,000 subscribers.
Big things.
You have to do balloons, and there's confetti everywhere.
100%. You have to do this stuff.
Does the LDS have the tallest buildings in Salt Lake City? This feels like one of those things that you have to.
Last time we brought up LDS ownership of land or buildings, people freaked out, over what you said. So we should probably,
tallest buildings in Salt. Salt. It looks fine. Salt Lake City. Let's see. Tallest buildings in Salt Lake City. The Astra Tower became the tallest building in Salt Lake City in 2023. I don't know what the Astra Tower is, but that's cool.
Can you measure it?
I can. Wells Fargo Center.
Oh.
The LDS church office building is now number 3. Okay. 95 State Street. And then the property designed by international architects, the Eccles Theater is the 5th. The building that houses the Eccles Theater is the 5th tallest building.
Nice.
So there you go. That is awesome. The Astra Tower.
I mean, is it any surprise? Honestly,
no.
Come on,
not a surprise.
Yeah,
but that's kind of cool. The Astra Tower. Who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew? I did not know this at all. Jimmy Otson, will the Coyotes come to Utah without any additional public money? The Delta Center is not completely suitable for hockey. Number one, the Coyotes name stays in, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so the situation is the Coyotes name, image, and likeness, if you will, stays in Arizona.
It's always about NIL.
So this is something that I feel like hasn't been talked about a lot either. A lot of people aren't asking hey, well, is it the Coyotes coming to Salt Lake, or is this a new team, or this is a new franchise? It is not. I haven't heard a lot of verbiage around expansion team. They've been calling it just a new franchise,
a relocation.
And so the Morellos have promised. They put out a statement saying we are going to buy land. They have a development plan in Scottsdale on the reservation that they're working on. So,
they are guaranteed a franchise in Phoenix if they are able to get an arena. That is the stipulation. The NFL or the NHL, is guaranteed Arizona a new expansion franchise if they can get an arena deal done. So the Coyotes name stays in Arizona.
Yeah.
I hope it's not the Yetis, but we'll see. Aaron Wilson says rip Gumby, which I still don't understand because Gumby's here every day. It is what it is.
Yeah.
QCM, Gary Bettman should have moved the team to Quebec, but he hates Canadian markets. Yeah. I mean, who likes Canadians?
I mean, there's only Calgary, Edmonton, Toronto,
Winnipeg. It's fine. Mike Smith, thank you, ladies. The ladies are out. They did a great job.
They did.
Mike Smith, I like how they are celebrating and throwing confetti for Utah getting a hockey team. That's what this is.
I mean, that's what it is. It has nothing to do with our sub count. I mean, it's all about the hockey team.
It's 100 days till face-off.
Yeah.
Brandon Butler, NBA books are way different. The $90 million top end and manageable investment that made $13 million last year. That's a top 10 player in the NHL. I would agree with that. The economics of the NHL are completely different than the economics of the NBA. It's not even a conversation. It is not even a conversation.
Yeah,
in my opinion. Giggity, congratulations, fellas! It's been a hell of a ride to tag along with you guys. Giggity has been here since the shithole radio station in Phoenix.
Yeah, so this show goes all the way back. What are we? 10 years in now?
Oh no, 2015.
2015. So 9 years in now.
That's wild.
This show started
October 1st, 2015
on Periscope.
Yep.
Which used to be the video platform on Twitter. And yeah, we were doing this show on an iPad and just talking about it. And that was, seems like so many days ago, but I remember
it really
like
does.
It was yesterday.
It really does seem like so many days ago.
Yeah. And so,
man,
again, you think about, and this is for me, what's special about days like this, because it's like, we started on an iPad with one desk, no backdrop, just a super raw shot, two people on a mic talking about whatever. And it's evolved. We did, we were at the Crapple radio station in Phoenix. We won an award there. Then so we've just done so many things. And I think finally the show has found its prime in the last 2 years on YouTube with our current setup tech wise. It's a really good thing.
It is. And we appreciate guys like Giddy. You've been around a long, long time. Look, giving away a smoker to Chris Karn.
Yes.
I remember that. OG Gary, I take tracks to get to Delta Center, which is great. That's public transportation in Salt Lake City. Yes. Boyd is spot on. Parking is a big part of any sports experience. Football, basketball, baseball, and hockey. It truly is. And parking in downtown Salt Lake is a wreck.
Yeah.
It, especially around Delta Center. I really hope there is something done to address that. I doubt there will be. I seriously doubt there will be. Robert Fowler. What's up, Bobby Fowler? Congrats on 100,000 dudes. Wish I would have known this show was on when it started. Best sports show around. Go Iowa football offense #1. Exactly. Exactly. I mean,
stay home,
dude.
You do you, man.
Dude, the brand loyalty is real.
Yeah. Eric Wasikowski, just need to move back to afternoon now. Yeah,
Huh?
Not going to happen. 1984 says LDS owns the Wells Fargo building.
Okay.
That's fine. I don't, is that true? Let's see. Savon Osco. When Albertsons decided to move operations to the hardware building, the building was purchased by Wasatch Property Management and renamed the Wells Fargo Center. The building headquarters of the Salt Lake Organizing Committee for the 2002 Olympics. Okay. That could be. I've been to that building many times to do TV shows because there's a major TV station there. It says the building was purchased by Wasatch Property Management. So I'm not sure. Maybe that changed. Let's see. The Lord Commander. I honestly don't think that he thought the turnaround would be so fast. Notice how quickly he pivoted from new stadium immediately to, well, I guess we have a plan to renovate Delta Center. There is some of that. I don't disagree. Mountain Mama. Monty can now rest his head back against the last zero.
Hey, Monty.
Hi. I can. Exactly right. James says, I agree, Eric. Please move back to afternoon.
Hi, this is James. Welcome back. Yay!
Loner Phone says, good morning. Good morning. Hello. Mark Hales, hello. Congratulations on 100K. I was just in Bluffdale yesterday. Let's see. Sandusky, Ohio bro says, are y'all originally from Ohio? We are not. Chicago. Chad Carter says, congrats, gentlemen. Thoroughly enjoy the show, being a part of my day. Well done. Might try to fly out and join the party. We got to do something.
Yeah.
Arlington Bears, hello. Got to talk about the Bears coming up in a minute. I'm around 1,000 sub guy. Congrats. Thank you, Chris. Good to see you. Hope the smoker as well. We gave away a smoker on the show. I don't remember for what, but we gave away a smoker from our guys at Barbecue Pit Stop.
Yeah. So what's going to be we need some ideas. We tried to come up with something to do, but we just weren't sure what would be fitting for 100,000 subs. Like,
a lot of subs.
Is it, I mean, we could do another smoker. We could do, I mean, there are many things that we could do. What would be some ideas from your guys' viewpoint?
Yeah. Brandon Butler, let's get to 250K. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I've been around the show for about 2 years now. I think 1 year as a member. Amen to that. Good to see you. OG Gary, I remember the lead up to the birthday bash. I was here for that. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. Caleb Aylmore, congrats, guys. Been here since 2021. Happy to see the show grow so much. Thank you. Snuka. Look at Snuka. Had to tune in for 100K. Congrats. Petition for Utah Mountaineers hockey name. Mountaineers would be cool.
Yeah, it's better than Yetis, certainly. But I feel like it's just so like.
Is it inevitable that it'll be Yetis? I think it's inevitable.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's inevitable. By the way, Scotty Scheffler won again. They just finished up the
5 in a row.
RBC. He's won 5. Him and Nelly Corda are on rolls in golf like you've never seen. Not such as in like myself.
Right.
But, PXG golf set. Oh, geez, Gary says, give one of those away. Congrats on 100K. Let's give away a dozen Cougar tails. I could absolutely do that. We could do that.
Yeah. We could do Cougar tails.
Boyd Lake suggests a Utah blizzard.
I mean, I like where you're going with that. It just feels a little corny. The Utah blizzard.
I think it's going to be Yetis. I would hope not, but I think it'll be Yetis.
Yeah. I mean, it probably will be. It probably will be. Like, the thing is like the Kraken works for Seattle because they're right on the ocean. That makes a lot of sense. The Golden Knights just felt good because it was Vegas and it's shiny. And
could do the Utah Skinwalkers. No? Skinwalkers doesn't work.
No, that's not.
Oh, I'm just making suggestions. Roy Wall, the Utah Phoenix. See the correlation.
See what he did there. See what he did there. It all kind of works together.
I don't hate Blizzard. In any way, shape, or form.
The Utah Squalls.
Okay, the Utah Squalls. Mike Smith, Mountain Mama. Yetis will go over about as well as the Commanders did.
Seriously.
I don't disagree with that. 1984. How long before Smith sells the teams? I don't think he will. I hope he does. It would be if Ryan Smith brought the NHL here, did all this work, and then sold the team, I think it'd be really bad for Utah.
Yeah.
Really, really bad. He's not going to sell it. He won't. Season tickets to the Jazz must be cheaper than Pistons these days. It's not. Q Sam, Utah Winter Soldiers.
Okay.
I don't know about that. Are Cougar tails soaked or unsoaked?
Tanner
Plummer's our soaking expert. I don't believe he is awake this morning yet. OG Gary, do we get to throw Yeti bottles on the rink?
I'm going to say that's a no, man.
That's a no.
That's going to be a hard pass.
I think that's a felony.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. All sports are scripted, says the Utah Swarm. It matches the state nickname in AAA baseball team.
I guess.
The Beehive State, the Salt Lake
The
Bees.
Stingers.
The Stingers. Latter-day Skates.
Bruh, you did not just do that.
Latter-day Skates. The Stormin' Mormons. I don't think you can use a slur as a name, right? Because isn't Mormons now frowned upon?
It is frowned upon, yeah.
The
Frozen Soakers.
Okay, dude. Don't be a jerk. Boyd Lake, Yetis give you a built-in mascot. They do, in an easy one. Robert Fowler, give away a set of tires from Big O Tires. We could absolutely do that. The Lord Commander, Colorado Avalanche probably won't like Blizzard or Yeti. It was their mascot. Well, there is that.
Yeah.
There is that. I don't disagree with that. The Utah Super Soakers, and you can have water guns as a mascot. Right? Washington Prime at Amazon Stadium.
Sure. Yeah. Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Steven Smith, congrats on 100K and always giving the honest truth in sports. Any other shows that used to watch don't talk in reality. There is some of that. This is what we do. This show is not, I think one of the things that separates our show is this is what we do. This is not like a hobby. This is not this is what we do. So it is, whether it's, I don't know how much equipment we have invested here, but $50,000, $60,000, whether it's,
it's a lot. And I think that, it's also a consistency thing. I think that, for the most part, I know we do take Fridays off.
We.
We'll take, 2 Fridays off a month probably right now, and I think
in the summer,
I think that that's perfectly fine. I think that it's when you work as hard as we work, like, I think it allows you to do that. But I think it also puts the show in a different situation. Like there are channels out there that we used to compete with that we've gone by that do way more content, like in terms of how many videos they put out or like how often they do it or whatever. Like there's some channels that do shows multiple times a day. But I ultimately feel like the best shows have great connection. And, that's what I think this show has become, because you guys are a great community. And obviously we do the show as much as we can. And I think we just have to enjoy it for as long as we get to do it.
Yeah, I agree. Noel Ramirez, hello. I mean, some Native Americans that still follow their original traditions say just by saying the word will bring bad luck. So I doubt they would want that as a team name. Okay. I'm not going to say that word. Utah Saints. Okay. The Utah Monties. I agree with that 100%.
See, that's the best name I've heard yet.
Cam Harrison. Hello. Congrats on 100,000. Shout out to Mo Bamba.
Shout out to Mo Bamba.
Exactly right. Utah Cutthroats, named after a trout. Yes. No, that name will never fly. Fish don't fly. Anyway. The Utah Saints. I like Eric's idea. Hey, if I could take a couple Fridays off a month, I would. Don't blame me one bit. Because we don't take days off.
Yeah.
During football season, like the only time we take time off is a week at the end of the year. Other than that, we don't generally take weeks off. It's just not what we do.
It's not what we do.
It's not what we do. You know what I'm saying?
We do what we do.
We do play Prize Picks, prizepicks.com. Use the promo code Monty. NBA playoffs.
Let's see how I legit haven't looked yet. I haven't double checked.
For what?
For how this weekend went. We had a very busy weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna win the obviously Nuggies and Lakers again tonight, and I got the Jokic discount going, and I'll win that one. So that'll be a $45 payout. And then what else we got here? Oh, I did see Prize Picks rolled this out. Points in a series. I did that one. Should be in great shape on that one.
I am on a 3-game bender right now on Prize Picks. I have not won my last 3 entries.
And I lost the star player one.
Me too.
Damn it.
DeMar DeRozan.
Let me down, bro.
Son of a biscuit. But we have a lot in the NBA this week, obviously. So I'm excited. Again, the Cubs are going to continue to lose at a frustratingly bad rate.
But wait, I thought that every team won when the team put money in, and then it all works out.
Lakers, Nuggets, and hey, are you done slandering Donovan Mitchell? Are you ready to mea culpa?
One good game.
Are you ready to mea culpa?
One good game.
Are you ready to mea culpa? Are you going to apologize?
No, I'm not.
You're going to apologize to Donnie?
Hell no.
You're not. Okay.
Nope.
That's fine. I love the Lakers to cover the 7.5 tonight. I love the Cavs to cover the 5.5 and the Knicks to win by more than 4.5.
Okay, what do we seriously on Donovan Mitchell? 2 seconds on Donovan Mitchell here. So there's been a lot of talk about him leaving the Cavs after the season. And I'm just curious. This guy's playing out of his mind. I mean, again, I know it's one game, but if he was somebody that was looking to leave the team, do you really think he'd be playing this hard? Because I'm telling you, he's giving it everything he's got. I mean,
why wouldn't he be?
Well, because I think it, there's a lot of reporting out there saying, hey, like this guy's already gone.
I think he is.
And, well, if that was the case, there have been a lot of guys in the league in that situation who don't give it their all.
But it's a chance to win a championship. Not really. They're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And this is when you make your legacy.
Yeah.
This is when Donovan Mitchell averaging 30 points a game in the playoffs, which I think he will. I think this is when he gets paid. Because if Donovan Mitchell was on the Knicks, I think the Knicks would be favored to win the East.
Yeah.
But he's not. And I think the Knicks are a really good team. I think that he will, in my opinion, he will get paid, and deservedly so.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Donovan Mitchell gets an arduous road to redemption because I don't think he'll ever get the credit he deserves.
Yeah.
That's just me. I could be wrong, but OG Gary, I have every Friday off from work. Definitely recommended. Wow. I like it. Caps Lock Friday. Other channels said Pac 2 was getting millions and you guys had to burst that bubble. That's when I started following. Well, thank you. Somebody acknowledges our greatness. Monty owes a ribeye. Where is Teddy Wayman?
Dude, I don't know where Buddy is, honestly. Like,
I have not seen hide nor hair.
Yeah, let's stop saying Rip Gumby and start saying Rip Teddy Wayman.
Yeah, where's Teddy? Congrats on 100K. Did not think you would get here faster than Teddy would get his ribeye. Very true. The Utah Raptors.
Nah.
Okay. Jimmy Otson, the Utah Hip Hop. That would be a loud thud. So that'll probably happen. The Lord Commander, I think the goal is to get people to think anything other than LDS when you think Utah. No, I think that's completely wrong. I don't think that's the case at all. And nor should it be. San Diego State Glenn, congrats on 100K. Thank you, Glenn.
Appreciate you. We're finally starting to get the pro rata we deserve.
That's right. My family in Cleveland hates Spida. I don't know why you would hate him. There's credit, and then there's that pro rata.
That's right. That's right.
Mike Smith, Teddy Wayman is currently working on bids to do the title in the new hockey arena. Tile in the new hockey arena.
Oh, that's what it is.
In the new hockey arena. That's right. That's exactly right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Good old Teddy. I love Teddy. I actually saw the Waymans. They're going to do some work on our house. Watching from Orlando, let's hope Donovan doesn't average 30. Yeah, I would hope that.
I think you guys. I think Orlando pushes that series to 6. I don't see it going to 7. Yeah.
Okay. I think Orlando's a year away, depending on how this summer goes. But
yeah,
I could be wrong. I am really shocked. At how bad the Mavericks were last night.
Just didn't show up. And this is what happens to Luka-led teams. Hey, we got Luka and Kyrie and everything's awesome.
I agree.
But you win a ball game and then you get comfortable.
Well, what do you say about OKC? Getting taken to the limit by a Zionless Pelicans team.
I say they won the ball game. That's what I say. I think that the defense played on CJ McCollum there, was solid. I don't think people are characterizing Casey Wallace is playing like the best defense we've ever seen. I don't know about that.
Well, homie did get an open look.
He did, step through and he did get an open look. He did, and he missed. And, it was good defense. It was smart not to foul there. But yeah, what I would say is, hey, you won the ball game. If you had lost, we'd be having a different conversation. I'd be saying something different, but you did win.
You did.
And that's what matters.
We'll see. The Utah Jackrabbits. Okay. We were out playing golf yesterday and almost hit a moose. Rip Draper Cougar Hunter.
Yeah, seriously, dude.
Where's Teddy? Chad Carter, you guys can't leave mornings. There's a huge vacuum of decent sports talk in the AMs, and the sky's the limit for you. We're not leaving mornings. Q Sam, Donovan is second option on a championship team. Could very well be. That's why he's a perfect fit with the Knicks.
Yeah.
Perfect fit. Big Blue Horses. Wow, great milestone. I saw J2H shot 81, just owning it right now. No, I shot an 81.
Yeah, I think I had 85.
I shot an 81, and then yesterday shot like 179. I played great golf Friday night, excellent golf Saturday. Well, mostly excellent golf Saturday, and then just could not hit the water from a boat yesterday with my driver.
Yeah.
Could not drive the ball at all. And when I did drive the ball, it was in position for birdie. When I didn't drive the ball, hitting over trees. Like, I will never play Mountain Dell Golf Course again. I just don't enjoy it. It's one of those courses where you miss the fairway 3 feet right, you won't find your ball.
Yeah, only playing there because you can't play Canyons yet.
Yeah.
Canyons is not open yet.
Mountain Dell is a crap shack, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I am not a fan. Jimmy Otson, they hate Mitchell because he threatens to leave. He has never threatened to leave Cleveland.
The media has threatened to leave Cleveland.
So let me get this right. If you're Donovan Mitchell, you should sign an extension with Cleveland instead of going to free agency? Why would you do that? Anybody this is what we do as sports fans. Oh, he's threatening to leave because he won't sign an extension. Would you? Why would you do that? I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that at all. Luka doesn't make players around him better. He does not. That's why he and Kyrie had 62 and everybody else had like 4.
Yeah, I think the tough part is the reason he and Kyrie work so well together is because they counteract each other from a defensive standpoint. Like, you can't leave one without leaving the other. So one of them is going to be open and getting a good look. And I think the issue is guys like Tim Hardaway Jr. suffer because they never see the ball. And then they wind up, playing defense on James Harden, and the officials give Harden a quick whistle. It's a tough situation. That's why I say, like, Luka can sit here and talk all the junk he wants about potentially winning a championship or they're way better or whatever the case may be. But the reality is they're the same team, man. They're the same team that it gets to the postseason every year and then winds up losing in the first or second round. And it is what it is, because Luka on his own is not enough. And I don't think they're in today's league, you can't just have one anymore. Nope. The league is too good.
No, I would agree with that. And I think it is going to be very difficult. It is going to be very difficult for a Luka-led team to win a championship, because I just don't think he fosters a team environment. I don't think he fosters I don't think he fosters all 15 guys on the roster.
Yeah.
And I think look at the Lakers right now. The Lakers are struggling because their depth is not, like, watching that Denver game tonight's a huge night if you're a Laker fan. This could be LeBron's last hurrah with the Lakers. If they lose tonight, that series is over.
Yeah.
And I think they absolutely have a chance to win that series if they win tonight. Austin Reeves will have to be better.
D'Lo will have to be better.
Did you guys see that under 15 only had 2 points?
Yeah. I'm tired of talking about that cat. Not like, he needs to learn to show up.
Under 15 had 2 points for the Thunder last night in a game that they barely hung on to win, which is crazy. Dak to Tubbs. I'm finally here. The show can start now. Happy 100 subs. Yeah, we've got 100 subs now.
Yeah, man. That's wow.
I mean,
thanks, man.
My name is Luka.
Yeah.
I live on the 4th floor.
My name is Luka.
The Utah Moosin. Okay. Grocock's fake account number 10. Grocock's one of the greatest stories in Monty Show lore.
Yeah.
Grocock. Crazy to see these hacks on YouTube go from the basement to 100K. Congrats on an amazing journey. The small show I used to support is all grown up now.
Yeah, that's what I love about this, dude. I am definitely here for, hey, where are all the haters? I'm waiting for all the haters to show up today. Like,
where are all the haters at?
Yeah, where are all the people who do radio? Where are all the people who have other channels who used us to get subs on their channel? Where are all the people who wanted to talk all the junk? Because today is a day where I'm like, here it is. Hey, buddy, over here, you said that the Pac-12 was getting 400 million or whatever. That never happened.
No, you said the Pac-2 was getting $600 million.
Oh, 600 million.
And that they were going to leverage ESPN.
That's right. By the way, I know Kirk Schultz has all this power, and he was going to hold up the whole process.
And he resigned. Damn it, see, Kirk Schultz resigned.
So wait, your boy was supposed to hold up the whole process, and now he's leaving the job? Come on, guy.
I mean,
like, I am so in love with the idea that none of the haters wanted to show up today.
I said just a stalwartness.
Yeah. Jim, Michigan fan. Great example.
Stalwart.
Just a
Where
stalwartness.
are you today? Where are you today, Michigan fan? Come on.
San Diego State Glenn. Here since David Koresh.
In
the Waco, Texas rant of all the Monty rants. Hilarious.
What is in the comment section? What is the best Monty rant
Stop
that you've ever experienced?
Why start? Okay. Bobby Fowler, Mitchell to the Heater of the Knicks. I would agree with that. Caleb Elmore, excited for this week. Got the draft in the NBA playoffs. Hopefully Washington doesn't F it up in the draft.
Well, come on.
All right, let's talk a little NFL draft right here on the Monty program, presented by our good friends at The Advocates, theadvocates.com. The best injury attorneys in the business, where you never pay a penny to talk to an injury attorney live online. There are no consultation fees. There are no retainers because you don't pay the advocates unless and until they win your case, which means you never reach in your pocket when you work with the advocates. It is NFL draft week. We are just days away from watching the Chicago Bears. And I say it affectionately. Do you believe that Caleb Williams is the quarterback that can resurrect the hopes and dreams of us now oppressed Chicago Bears? Does Caleb Williams change the fortunes of the Chicago Bears? I don't know the answer to that question. I think he is the best quarterback in the draft. I think that the Bears have no choice but to draft him. In one small detail that Adam Schefter, ESPN, Adam Schefter reporting this morning that the Bears met with Caleb Williams and they took him out to dinner. Only the owner, the president, the general manager, and the coach did not show up for dinner. Instead, they did something very, very smart. They sent their 4 player leaders out to dinner with Caleb Williams because they wanted their leadership committee to weigh in on their feelings on Caleb Williams. They wanted to know, do you like the guy? Does he fit into our culture? And the players set the tone. And for me, I think that is critically important, that the Chicago Bears have now seemingly turned a corner when it comes to how they evaluate talent. By letting your leadership committee, Jake, take Caleb Williams out to dinner, I think it was absolutely genius.
Yeah, I think it's really smart. I think that Caleb Williams is someone who, frankly, he's had some question marks about, just his personality overall. Everything from, whether you look to his appearance or the things he's done on the field after a game, or there have just been questions. And I think it's so important to allow, the players to get a feel for this guy, understand who he is, understand what you're working with, because again, Caleb Williams around team leadership from a player perspective is going to be different than when he's around the suits in the front office. And I think that is why that is such a smart thing to do. But I have to say, all of this is for naught if you don't develop the guy, if you don't give him a legitimate chance to play to his strengths. I do think from a skill set perspective, a talent perspective, Caleb Williams is probably twice the quarterback Justin Fields is ever going to be. And I hate saying that about a guy, but I have to. Caleb Williams is a better mover. He's a better thrower. He seemingly has a better football IQ. He just understands it. And if he can be, what CJ Stroud was for the Texans and is for the Texans, I think that the Bears are going to be in much better shape. But why was CJ Stroud for the Texans? Well, because they developed him and they gave him a legitimate opportunity. They invested time and resources in him. They didn't just hang him out to dry like the Bears did with Justin Fields. So to me, this is all cool. Send your players out to steak dinners, have the suits meet with them, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you're not going to develop this kid, I don't want there to be some fake sense of disappointment or surprise or oh man, they messed it up in the draft again.
Why go there?
Why
go there?
It just, because
Jake, we're not going to mess it up again. DJ Moore and Cole Kmet.
It's not the best situation, and we all know that.
Are probably your 2 most important offensive players, and they both went out to dinner that night with Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
They're not. I think this is a different way of doing business. I am excited to be a Bears fan. The Bears. We have 4 picks. Now, granted, we have 1 in 9, and then I think we're picked 700 and 800. But the Bears, this is a chance to be transformative. And I think we saw encouraging signs it's disappointing that they did not fire Matt Ebersucks and bring in one of the best offensive minds available. But I think you have insulated your offense now by completely rebuilding the offensive staff and putting weapons around what's going to be Caleb Moore or Caleb Williams, and that includes DJ Moore and Cole Kmet.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is the foundation for a very good offense, and they're going to run the ball. You're going to get better on the offensive line. I for the first time in a very long time, I can sit here and I can say that I feel like the Chicago Bears are not screwing it up.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the Bears are finally making a move to be a legitimate, well thought out NFL franchise. And I know that you think I'm being sarcastic. I'm not. This Bears organization has been dreadful at player evaluation and talent acquisition. It has been our weakness for decades.
Yeah.
And the fact that you have to wonder, and I know it's arguable, but as a Bears fan, I don't believe we've ever had a franchise quarterback. I don't. And Jay Cutler's probably the closest thing we got to that.
Smoking
Jay Cutler is probably the closest thing we've ever gotten to that. Now, obviously, Jimmy Mack, with all the memories in the Super Bowl in 85, 86, that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
But Jimmy Mack was not a franchise quarterback. Rex Grossman was not a franchise quarterback. Mitch Trubisky is one of the biggest misses in the history of the NFL draft.
Dude, Big D Nick Foles, come on.
Kyle Orton and his porn stash.
Yeah.
We've never had it. Caleb Williams can be that guy. There is not going to be a running back drafted in the first round for a reason.
Yeah. I
am telling you now, this is a quarterback league. This is an offensive league. This is a wide receiver league. The Bears have it, and the Bears will have it. And this is the first time I can honestly say that I feel genuinely uplifted about the future of the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I just want them to show that they are going to create a game plan suited to Caleb Williams. I that's all I want to see. If you come out and you're running the football and you're running play action and you're letting him be flexible with rolling the pocket or moving around, like playing the way he knows how to play, then I think you're doing the exact right thing. But if you're gonna, if you're gonna ask him to just hand it off like half the time, that's not gonna work. And I think that's the trouble. You have to go in year one and you got to go all in on them, because if you don't, you're just ruining the investment. Even if year one is 15 interceptions, and 20 touchdowns, even if it's rough in the passing game, even if, he doesn't identify the defense as well as he needs to, and because of that, he turns it over more, or whatever the case may be, whatever the struggle is, you have to go in year one and say, okay, you're the guy. We're developing you.
Right.
We're
right.
Like, he needs to feel that confidence, because I can tell you this, Caleb Williams never had to wonder under Lincoln. He never had to say, hey, I got to go out and earn my spot or any of that. He was always the guy. So I think if you can create that same dynamic at the NFL level and then go out and say, okay, hey, we got to get better here, we got to get better there, they're going to be just fine. But if you start trying to like do weird stuff and like run way too much or run too much option, like just run an NFL offense, run the football on first and second down, throw it on third, and let's see what you can do. It's not that difficult, man.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Do you have a prospect that you think is a can't miss?
Yeah, I think Drake May is a can't miss. I think that he
really.
Yeah, and the reason I say that is because I think in today's league, you either have to be really smart, you have to be able to outsmart the defense. Like, you got to be able to walk up to the line and say, yep, they're running this, like whatever the coverage scheme is, pressure's here. Like, you got to be able to be like Brady or Peyton Manning level diagnoser at the line so that you can get rid of the football on time and in space. Or you got to have a big frame and big body, which obviously he does, and a big arm, so that you can take the punishment of the league and outthrow the defense. And that's why I think Drake May is somebody who can be, the next Josh Allen. I love that comparison. I feel like they're very similar. I feel like they play the game the same way. Like that to me is a guy who is very reliable in terms of turning into a franchise guy.
I think there's only two, and they're both defensive. I think this is a defensive draft. I think the quarterback position is going to be chock full of busts.
Mm-hmm.
But I look at Latu, I think is the best pass rusher in this draft. And I think Terrion Arnold, the corner out of Alabama, if he busts, I don't know how. I probably lead more towards Latu, but Arnold, I think those two, are spectacular.
I also think some of the wide receivers too are probably can't miss. I mean, Neighbors is can't miss.
I was going to say Neighbors up until last week when there have been a lot of questions about him off the field.
But
now.
do you agree that stuff has kind of come out of nowhere? It's not like this, and I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
I'm not even being tongue in cheek. This guy hasn't gotten in some car accident, or he hasn't gotten in some huge issue that was like, oh, hey, whoa, dude, like what is this guy doing? It just kind of seems to have popped up after the interview portion of the combine, and some of the conversations that have been had. So, okay, cool. If let's say an NFL executive had questions about Neighbors, okay, cool. Keon Coleman's a can't miss playmaker in this draft. Like, that's going to be someone that you see on SportsCenter regularly with the type of catches he's going to make in the end zone for his team, whoever winds up getting them. And so from a reliability standpoint, those two guys, and Drake May and the guys you said, I think are who we're looking at.
Arnold and Latu. Yeah. I think Terrion Arnold is as good as Nick Saban corners and safeties in this league.
Proven track record.
Yep. Dakota Tubbs, I think I started at 20,000. Been a crazy ride for y'all. Y'all drew me in with the realignment, and I'm still here annoying you all. Love you guys. No, love you. Good to see you. Raider Mark, congratulations. Awesome accomplishment. Thank you, Raider Mark. Pew, pew. Good to see you. 1984, you guys are number one in Utah sports media. Congrats. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Dakota says, I have a few Monty rants at me. Let's not rehash. Let's not. Boyd Lake, whatever happened to Ducks season? Well, the Ducks lost. You know what happened to Ducks season? The Huskies ate the Ducks. That's what happened. You know. The power of Penix took the steam out of Ducks season by beating Oregon twice.
The CAC.
I agree. No one who throws the ball will ever save Chicago. Could be. No, Bears dead forever. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry, bro.
My bad.
Thank you. Thank you, WTF craps. Boyd Lake, the key for Chicago will be O-line, and they are better already. Caps Lock Friday. Coog, the key for the Bears. Can someone actually coach Caleb? Since it's the Bears, no. I need to go home.
Yeah.
OG Gary, I don't think Caleb is the go-to guy for your bursts. I think y'all should look elsewhere for quarterback talent. More like Drake May. You grade guys out. Caleb Williams is the guy you grade out.
And by the way, from a front office perspective, drafting Drake May is a win-win proposition. You can't lose by drafting him. If you draft him and he blows up, hey.
Caleb Williams?
Yeah.
You said Drake May. You said Drake May's a can't.
Caleb Williams is somebody who is a win-win proposition.
You're welcome. Christopher Shannon, with the first pick in the 2024 NFL draft presented by Fly Emirates, the Chicago Bears select J.J. McCarthy, quarterback, Michigan. I need Marjorie Taylor Greene right now. Christopher?
Let's see.
Christopher?
Let's see. Why
don't you fuck off?
Brandon Butler. Until there is Oregon football to bash, there is not Duck season, only Zool. Okay. Eric Wasikowski, Christopher Shannon, Monty's head would explode. Not as much as yours should have with those terrible Lions uniforms. Any one player who won't do anything, that's like saying I'm put a Bugatti engine in a Toyota Corolla. He'll do good, then the other bad half of the team sucks. Well, but you have two really good tight ends.
Those are your front two tires.
You have excellent wide receivers now. I think the Bears are moving in the right direction.
They are.
Big Blue Horses. I became a regular around realignment. Monty Rant was going off on the clown at ASU, and I think Wazoo. Then went to the old PAC commission, ended it by ripping local media for not telling the truth.
We show up.
I might have done that. Haha, I know that's why I said it. I would die laughing if they did that. I'd draft Drake May personally. I think Drake May is going to be a solid quarterback. I think the only guy with superstar franchise potential in this draft is Caleb Williams. I just don't see it with, Lil Buddy out of LSU.
Lil first team, don't lift any weights.
First team, eat some goddamn carbs. I think Jaden Daniels has potential, but he's going to have to really put on weight. Bryce Martin, look at that. Bryce Martin is here. Let's go. What's up, homie? It's been a while, but I finally got my fat ass up to watch the show again. Missed y'all. Missed you too.
I finally got my fat ass up to watch the show. Thanks, dude.
Yes. Christopher Shannon, one player can do wonders. CJ Stroud. Yes, they can. But you got to build a system. I think that's the best point about CJ is they built a system around him.
Yes.
Arlington Bears. Caleb is coming in to what is probably the best situation of any number one ever.
Agree with that.
They are ready to build a franchise around Caleb Williams. They're ready. And Chris, I think you're exactly right. This is a very good situation in Chicago right now. Don't it up.
Yeah.
It's a very good situation. Poles has been really impressive. Tearing down and getting out of cap hell created by the previous regime has been impressive. The only question I ask is why Matt Eberflus? That's the only question I ask. You have the number one pick. It's going to be an offensive guy. Why Matt Eberflus?
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I'm stuck on that. Bryce Martin, I also like Drake May and Marvin Harrison's draft stock have steadily declined for no reason. How, Drake May? I thought you meant Drake May was a hoe. I think Marvin Harrison has not been physically impressive. And I think some people are concerned about his ability to stay healthy. And I think Malik Neighbors is a physical freak. And we're starting to see that you look at, Buddy in Seattle, the wide receiver in Seattle. Why can't I think of his name?
I know who you're talking
jacked
about.
Bro.
Yes.
The physical body is what keeps football players on the field. And I think, in my opinion, I think when you look at the guys that are winning now, they're all DK Metcalf, thank you. They're all studs. They're all physically dominant players. And yeah, you have some one-offs, but if you look at the best receivers, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, DK Metcalf, they're all just physically stars. Yeah. And Marvin Harrison has a lot of physical development to do.
Yep.
But who knows? Chrissy, Penix will be a steal. Miami needs to replace Tua. Penix will be a steal. I think that's exactly right. A.D. Mitchell or Xavier Worthy, both of those will be dynamic receivers in the league. I am so excited to see Xavier Worthy. I'm a huge fan. Brandon Butler, Junior Ellis, I want him to be the Bears in the third round. He can play. Get after the quarterback's ass, right? Loner Phone says, Caleb seems fragile emotionally. We'll see, but he's also done really well in his interviews.
He has.
He's really done well. Caleb Williams, for everything that people criticize him for, I don't know how you criticize a single thing he's said on the lead up to this. The way he handled the Bears situation, the interviews, the combine, the guy has been rock solid.
Yeah.
Rock solid.
Not a lot to complain about.
And the one thing I would watch is we're starting to see a lot of trades being rumored at the top of the draft. I think there's a real chance New England trades out of that third spot. And I think Minnesota makes a move to get Drake May. I think I think 3 and 4 with the Patriots in Arizona are real opportunities to trade up. And it'll be interesting to see because those are quarterback spots in this draft. And I think New England, as much as they need a foundational quarterback, knows that if they move down, they can still get one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Arizona has one they believe in. I don't think he is. They have one they believe in. I think 3 and 4 could be trade spots. I do. But then again, that's why I'm a talk show host, right? Brady Manning, diagnoser guy. Okay. Are you surprised Belichick's not working?
A little bit. But, there was a lot of reports that, if you're going to hire Belichick, it's his way or the highway. He's going
Which he says is not true.
Yeah, which, so the rumors are, his reputation says it's his way or the highway. He says it's not true.
And
but
Bob Kraft calling around supposedly.
Allegedly.
Telling Arthur Blank not to hire Bill Belichick. And
yeah, I mean, there's some
ugliness.
Abrasiveness.
Yeah. Damn, Mike Smith, you went with the double whammy. What did Mike say? Joe Alt is the safest pick in my opinion. I think he's a can't miss. I agree. Monty gets hopes up again. Bears pull stunner during the draft by taking Bo Nix and Audric Estime in the first round. Oh, I would burn.
That's what fucking ticks me to fuck off.
Trenson Harrison is 6'4", 205, never missed a start in college. But he is always injured. Always dealing with something. And it is, to me, if you look at Marvin Harrison Jr. and you look at, not all 6'4", 205 guys are built the same.
Yeah.
You need to understand that the way that Marvin Harrison is built is, and this is just my opinion, I think he has got to get stronger. I think the biggest question about him is that durability piece. Because I think if you're going to be a franchise guy, and if you're going to be somebody that do you build around wide receivers?
I don't know that you build around them, but I think that, he's somebody that needs to go to an offensive team, an offensive-minded team. Like, you would never want to put, a guy like Marvin Harrison Jr. on the Patriots or on like the Steelers as an example. Like a historically defensive-minded organization that isn't going to be, having 5,000-yard passers. You want to be as a wide receiver in a spot where you can go and you can put up numbers. And yeah, I would agree. Guys who are 6'4", 205 are not all built the same. There are some guys who are rock solid and super durable and can just take a beating and get up and go do it again. I mean, there just is. And then there are other guys who you hit them the wrong way one time and they're out for the year.
And they're down at first contact. He's down at first contact a lot. He's got to get stronger. And you look at his blocking skill, the guy, the biggest, you talk about 6'4", 205. What does 6'4" mean to Marvin Harrison? He runs his routes standing straight up and down. It's something he's got to work on because he doesn't play with leverage when he's blocking. And I think the guy is somebody that you want to see him be more physically intimidating. You want to see him be more of a physical presence.
Yes.
And I think he's not. And we can sit here and we can go round and round about. I think you're looking at a situation where you have a lot of talent in this draft. I don't know that there is a best wide receiver in this draft. And I say that because if this Malik Neighbors stuff is true, that brings real pause. Marvin Harrison, I think talent, skill set package, probably your best wide receiver in the draft.
Yeah.
Malik Neighbors is a close number 2. And then I think it's everybody else. I like Roma Dunze. I just think he's a project. He's got to be developed. There's another level there that if he's going to be elite in the NFL, he's got to get to that next level. A guy like Malik Neighbors is already capable of being elite. Nothing's got to be brought out of him. He's just got to sharpen and refine. I mean, I think he is, but the off-field stuff scares me.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. Boston Mapes, Monty hosting the lone call-in live on air was fire. The lone call. I miss it. SF better go O-line in the first or the draft will be a disappointment. There's a lot of people wondering what they're going to do. Oh, you mean the spam caller? That's what you mean, the spam caller.
Oh, yes.
The spam caller. That was amazing. Let's see. Mike Smith, as it gets closer to the draft, teams and pundits start picking apart top players, as you should.
Yes.
You're going to pay them an ass load of money. Mitch Trubisky. And if you're Minnesota and you trade up, boy, you better not miss Mitch Trubisky. Because look where the Bears are. And I don't, there's a lot of things to talk about. Puka did nothing at BYU.
This ought to be good.
Puka might not have done anything at BYU, but the Monty Show did something huge on YouTube. Congrats, guys. Tell Mrs. Monty congrats, too. Are we having a party to celebrate? Would love to meet again. We should do something.
Come on.
We should do something.
We should.
Yeah. Mike Smith, I think they would be better off trading up a little lower and getting Brian Thomas Jr. Okay. Lions trade up for Q Mitchell or T Arnold. Terrian Arnold would be. They've got to do something to get better on the back end of the defense. The Lions give up so many big plays. So many big plays.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Let's see. Who else? I missed a bunch. I apologize. Bryce Martin, I'm a Texans fan, but I think the hype we're getting is premature. I don't know. You were very good last year.
Yeah.
Dakota Tubbs, Jaden is the kind of guy who needs to sit 1 year, bulk up, analyze all the defense from the sidelines, let him start year 2. He'll be a monster. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I do. Bryce, if the Bears pick free Harbaugh, it'll be them admitting they were screw it up anyway, so they went with the wrong choice. That's logic. Sound logic. I don't want it. Glenn, please don't draft. Just don't screw it up. Glenn says, hey, Jake, not everyone deserves to be part of when you're building something special. I still have a tear in my eye over that dripping wisdom.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
It's true. Not everybody deserves to be,
I think he's trolling.
Not everybody deserves the pro rata they deserve.
No, but I do think that there's truth to that, man. Like I do think sometimes you have to. I don't think there's anything wrong with days like today saying, yeah, hey, here's your slice of humble pie. Go take your just straight up lies of reporting and have a nice day. Like I believe
it's a good day.
I think that those wins are partially why we've been able to grow. I think that what we have here going is special because it's consistent and it's daily and it's all the time. You can rely on it. You're not wondering what kind of lunacy you're going to hear. Like at some point, the haters stop talking and it just is what it is. And I think we're certainly in Salt Lake, we've reached that point. I can tell you too, one of the trends the show's gone through as it's grown is people call us. People in the industry and sporting world will call us asking for a variety of different things. And I think it's funny. We haven't had the red ass, come do your show here call in quite some time. And I appreciate that because we've had to say, yeah, we're not interested in coming back. I haven't heard somebody be like, yeah, they just want to get back on the radio. And I don't know how long, because there's no denying it now. You can't say, oh, well, they just have 9,000, subs and that's it. Like that's over with for you now. Like, hey,
you have 100,000 subscribers.
Hey, newsflash to anyone who does radio. You might want to figure out how to do YouTube at some point.
You might want to figure out how to start building towards 100,000 subs.
Holy
because
crap.
It's coming for you. It's only a matter of time. It is only a matter of time. I mean, it is.
And by the way, you guys deserve a ton of credit too, because the amount you listen, I can tell you right now, we've probably got, I don't know, off the top of my head, 7-8 analytics that YouTube looks at where, because you guys listen for as long as you do and you interact as much as you do, are elite for our channel. And that is definitely part of the reason we've grown.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about it. I just want the Bears to take Caleb Williams, and I want to feel
they're
better.
They're going to take Caleb
I want
Williams.
to feel better about my bosoms at that point. Okay. Q Sam, are the Giants taking quarterback? I do not believe they are.
No.
I think they're taking wide receiver. Bryce Martin, we were good but young. We could have a sophomore slump, the Texans. I don't want it to happen, but we need to do it again. I agree.
I don't think you're going to have a sophomore slump. I think CJ Stroud is a professional. I think that coaching staff is locked in. And because of that, I do not think you'll have the sophomore slump.
Yep. Boyd Lake, Puka didn't do anything at BYU. Tells me you don't watch BYU. It's a
joke. Bro, Monty, do you even watch Cougar football, man?
It's a joke because I can't remember who it was. One of the Utah fans on the show. Puka sucked at BYU. Okay. Puka didn't suck at BYU. Boyd, that was a day on this show. Nope, guys, not trolling. It was relating to your being very picky with your relationships a few years ago. This is true. I hope Mrs. Jake is the one for you.
She is.
Because not everybody deserves to be part of something special.
100%. No one's ever done what just happened right here.
When I had to lock you in the window well to make sure that you would
when
you would not go back to a certain former Mrs.
So don't even think about messing with me.
Mrs.
Y'all feel me?
We had to do that. But,
Some shit happened.
Cam Harrison, I remember when the show had 700 subs.
Yeah.
You have been around a long time. Dakota Tubbs, don't rely for it on Fridays, though. Old Jakey always off doing something.
Listen, man. Got things to do.
Ho-ho!
I
don't know. Montio's a ribeye. The amount I listen is embarrassing. Good.
But I'm being serious, though. You go to my guy's LinkedIn over here. We got average listener listens for 27 minutes at a time. Adding
it's elite.
Adding 11,000 subs a month. Like the show is just thriving because you guys do what you do. So it tells YouTube, hey, they're getting comments. People listen for a long time.
Hit the like button.
Hit the damn like button like we ask you every time. It's just that type of thing that allows the show to grow.
And listen, if you're on Facebook or Twitter, our Twitterverse has grown significantly. Our live viewership on Twitter is really growing. Get over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, interact with the community.
Yeah.
That's what we like to see. Troy Clouston. Congratulations. You guys make the first couple hours of my workday more enjoyable. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that, man. We're trying.
Thank you. Love the day that Jake told James he loved him. It was a match made in heaven.
Iconic, bro.
So back in the old studios, James I can't remember what he ordered something and he put
so he was trying to get Kindle and he put his for whatever. So we were doing a thing where you had to send in a video or a picture and you could tweet it at us or send it via Instagram, like whatever you wanted to do. And so our lovely listener, James, decided that he would screenshot an order from Amazon that he had placed to get entered into the competition. And that had his address, his phone number, all this info about him. And so we called him.
It.
We were like, hey, dude, take that off of Twitter. And he's commenting can't figure it out, man. Monty, can't figure it out. And so I called him.
On the air.
And told him, dude, delete it. And
Jake's like, just call him real quick. I'm like, I don't want him to have my number.
And so it's a nice gesture, a friendly gesture. I said, love you, James, as a joke, and hung up.
It wasn't a joke.
It was a joke.
It was a reaction, Jake. He was a visceral, testicular reaction to having James on your phone. It's fine. Bryce Martin. When my stepdaughter asks if I'm watching the Monty Show, it shows how much I listen to the show, and we appreciate that. Thank you. Generationally speaking. Mike Smith, Saints wait and take local product Michael Pratt from Tulane. Oh, my God. OG Gary will lose his mind if they don't draft a quarterback. 27 minutes, that's less than mid. It is. I think the average listener is 4.
Yeah, I mean, that's average.
The YouTube average for every video is every live stream, I think, is I can't remember now. It's 2 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's less than 5 minutes.
Yeah. Brandon Butler. Then he broke up with James by text, staying on brand.
It's what I do, man.
Remember you broke up with that girl over text?
Sometimes, okay, maybe.
That was so good for the show when you broke up with her over text.
Catch me outside. How about that?
That was so good. San Diego State Glenn, less in comparison to my 1 hour plus. I love it.
Attaboy.
Tanner Plummer, sup guys? What did I miss? Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing.
The frozen soaker is here.
Nothing. Seeing Jake go from breaking up over text to where he is now is inspiring.
Yeah, man.
Wish this was you.
Listen, the Jake doesn't have to break up with those vaginas over text anymore. I mean, it is,
Monty, it's such a hard thing to have to break up over text. And, now that Tools doesn't have to do it anymore, the show's just not going to be the same.
Yeah. He's You broke up with her over text? Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Why, yes, he did. That's exactly right. And I love it. Boston Mapes, a member for 15 months. This is the best sports talk I've ever followed. You guys straight up killed listening to sports radio for me. The Insta group has been huge for the members. Best group with the huge hearts. Yeah, I appreciate
Generally
that.
speaking, the group chat is awesome. There are probably, and I'm being serious, there are probably 2 or 3 days a month where things get a little heated based on the conversations that are happening. But overall, that group it is a great group. The people in there are awesome.
I agree with that. Tanner Plummer, Jake, are you getting hitched?
Not yet. Nope, not yet.
In 100 days, Jake's getting hitched in 100
We didn't
days.
start out great, but then we got momentum going.
Put a ring on it in 100 days. That's what the balloons are for, Tanner.
We show up.
Yeah. Mike Smith, road trip for the shoes. I learned a tough lesson about golf shoes yesterday.
Yeah, this is actually really interesting. Yeah.
So I wore spikes yesterday to play golf.
Jordan 6 lows.
And they're super comfortable. I love them.
Yeah.
But man, it is not the same as wearing Jordan 1 lows that are not spikes. And so last night I bought 2 new pairs of Jordan 1 low golf shoes. And I will be wearing them often.
Yeah.
That was rough.
The difficult thing is that with Jordan 1 low golf shoes, they're pliable when you wear them. So like they move well with you. And I think the tough part about yesterday for you was that this course we were playing, and we said it last year, and I'm going to keep saying it. The tee boxes at Mountain Dell are garbage. Like
Garbo, please.
Like absolute positive Garbo. Like I'm talking about torn up, not level. Like, and listen, I understand why a lot of people like playing that course, but if you're going to go to Mountain Dell, just drive up and go to Canyons.
Yeah,
once
Canyons
they open,
is superior.
Dude. Their tee boxes are plush. The course is beautiful. That's why we like going to Canyons.
Yeah, Canyons is superior.
I'm not sure, honestly, and it's not personal, but I'm not sure that I'll play Mountain Dell again. I won't. I just don't see a reason for it.
Yeah, I won't do it. I'm not here for it. Let's see. Lopes fan Gabe, member for 15 months.
Okay, Lopes fan Gabe.
Hope Little Lope as well. Congrats on 100K. Casuals just getting started. Again, another Phoenician
This is one of our long times. This is someone who's been around
since the shitty radio station in Scottsdale.
Yeah. What, 2017? 18?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that,
Long
Gabe?
time.
Yeah.
Long time, Gabe. Long time. Long time. So it's wild. I mean, it is crazy. Yeah, just looking at looking at some of the stats that Jake was talking about, we're at 100,425 subscribers.
Yeah.
Which is it's amazing. But if you look at the average view duration,
yeah,
for our show, our live show, we're averaging 27 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is just crazy. 5.5% click-through rate. Like 675,000 impressions. Just like it's crazy how much the show's grown. Loner Phone, hello. Best sports program. Enjoy the banter and sports knowledge. Thank you for making my morning fun.
Program.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Loner Phone.
Yeah, Loner Phone, you've done a really good job becoming a thing on the show.
You have.
So kudos to you,
you're
bro.
kind of a big deal. Tanner Plummer still doesn't embrace that he's a character on the show. Awesome job, guys. Here's to another 100K. Thank you, Walrus.
Yeah, so this is the other part of the conversation to that end, to that comment. So heading into 2024, like one of our curiosities, I would say, because it was never a doubt, but we were curious, like, hey, how long is it going to take us? Because we came into 2024 at like 80,000-ish, I think. So we were like, okay, 20,000 subs, like that's probably, 4 or 5 months. And here we are 4.5 months in, and, we're crossing 100,000. So it'll just be really interesting to see, like, how long does it take now to add another 100,000? Because the climb from 1,000 to 10,000 took a long time. Like that was a grind. That was really, really tough to do. And then 10,000 to 100,000 has only taken like 14 months, maybe less than that.
Yeah, about 14 months.
I think it is. So like it's really interesting, like how that works.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how it plays out. But thank you, Walrus. Ochi Gary, 1 million subs by next year. Let's go. Dude, I hope so. Can you imagine ever having 1 million subscribers? I can't imagine.
Well, there was a day when we were like, can you imagine having 10,000 subscribers? And now
we were so jacked that day we got to 10,000.
Yeah.
I remember that. Montio's a ribeye. I spent too much time watching the show. Not sure how people have time for the group chat too. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Our members only Instagram group is awesome. I love it. Congrats on 100K, Brady Cook. Thank you. Another long timer. Tanner Plummer. LOL, Monty. What are you talking about? I've embraced the super soaker.
I mean, he has improved. I mean, there was a time where Tanner said that it was offensive to call him the super soaker. And,
we went through a dark period.
There was a COVID dark period for Tanner where, he wasn't on the show anymore. And, he had to kind of come around to it, and you have.
Yeah.
You have.
Bryce Martin had a huge boom after Pac-12 fiasco. It's crazy how it's still growing so fast. Yeah, the Pac-12, well, being right, when you are proven right, we had a huge boom after the Gobert trade.
Yeah. That's where the ascent began.
I think that's
the Gobert trade happened, because if you remember, a lot of you guys remember this, but for the new people, we sit in Salt Lake, and there was a person who went on radio in Salt Lake and said, hey, Donovan Mitchell is going to get traded. It's done. It'll be a matter of minutes.
Oh my God. Yes.
Then the Donnie trade never happened, and Rudy got traded. And we had been saying the whole time Rudy was going to be traded. They were going to build around Don. And then several months later, things had changed in the organization, and what happened. And so it started there for sure.
The best part was we were talking about how Rudy was going to get traded, and they were going to build around Donovan Mitchell. Rudy gets traded, and Woj, it's still one of my proudest moments. Yes. Woj straight up tweeted, the Jazz have traded Rudy Gobert, and then he also tweeted, they're going to build around Donovan Mitchell. It was so good. That was so good. It was so good. It was good. That was a good day. RJC Loner Phone. My favorite rant was getting a guy to remove his private info. Yeah, dude, James, that was awesome. Vegas Eagles learners seem okay. Okay.
Okay. Sure, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
No Tanner voice, period. Yeah, no Tanner voice. Can't do the Tanner voice. Giggity, can we bring back the Tanner voice? Can't do it. Tanner.
See, again, COVID dark period stuff.
COVID dark period
the coronavirus.
Yes. We're coming for you, Pat Mac. Oh, please. Well,
no,
not even in the same.
No.
Pat's a
Don't
behemoth. He's got a great show. Yeah. Good luck. I came in a year ago, and I believe y'all were at 25,000. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. The voice is back. No, can't do it. Karab says, congratulations on turning 100, Monty.
Dude, how does it feel? You look really good, dude. Like, and I know, or last month you were.
That's one of the best ones
fat,
too.
Dead Mormon. Like,
that's one
dying,
of the best ones ever. That
I
can't remember who said it, but it was months ago now. You're a fat Mormon who's going to die soon anyway.
Well, and then allegedly, so you were a Michigan fan at one point, but then you were an Ohio State fan and a Red Raider fan. So
and
like,
a Utah fan and a BYU fan.
Yeah.
Just call me OG Gary.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, I'm a fan of everybody. Aaron Wilson says, yo, I'm back.
What's up, dude?
Glad to have you here, man. Glad to have you here. The more subs you get, the easier it is to get more. That's why 100K is a big milestone. Great to see your momentum. Thanks, boy.
Well, and that's the thing.
Avoid
Going on
another
the journey
long time.
together. Like,
Yeah.
I think, you know, as the show grows, like obviously we still have all these names that are here every day, and I think that we have like this nice group in the chat every day. Not the group chat, but like the chat on the show that continues to grow. Like Loner Phone is a newer one that, you know, like is here every day now. You know, there are several of you who have like kind of ingrained yourself in the show. So
we definitely have the old guard, the Giggities, the Lopes Van Gabe, Chris Karn, certainly. Like, I mean, we definitely, and we appreciate all of you guys. Like what goes on in that Instagram members only chat is, you know, it's guys like Boss Frog flexing and putting his Zillow listing for his $2 million mansion in there. It's stuff like that. That group is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It is, and to have 100,000 subscribers is.
Now the question's going to be how long until we get the plaque? That's what I want to know.
So you're jacked about this plaque.
I'm 100% about it.
Apparently you get a plaque from
You get a
Jutto.
silver plaque. Look at Google it real quick. You get a silver plaque.
Okay.
And it's I believe it's called a play button plaque. The logo for YouTube's a play button.
Yes.
So it's a silver plaque for 100,000.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
And yeah, it's a big deal, dude. Like you don't get like you screenshot that. We should put that in. Like show people. Like this is something that most people are never going to get on YouTube.
Okay, well, I've never heard of this channel. Chrome Unboxed is the screenshot that I'm going to thieve.
That sounds like an unboxing channel, which, by the way, is big business on YouTube.
It is a huge bit unboxing videos.
Yeah, huge business on YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube, man.
But anyway, yeah, I'm stoked about this. I want to find a way to hang this on the set.
There's the plaque.
So this is the plaque that we should be getting from YouTube for 100,000 subs. And I just think it's cool. I think, you know, not everybody has that. Like that
is a flex. That's kind of cool.
Deal, bro. Like
I'm happy about it for us. But it is, I understand there's a vanity portion. To have 100,000 subs is pretty cool.
Well, I think we've
just worked our ass off, dude. Do you know how much money I haven't made? If you own your own business, you know you go through this phase where you just don't make money.
Yeah.
It is like your golf shot. It goes away sometimes. Well, my golf shot hasn't come back in the bank account, right? Like you just go through a phase where you're grinding through your business where you don't make money. So we joke about, you know, hey, hit the like button, please subscribe. Like all that stuff makes us money. Join our membership. It makes us money. It makes it possible for us to have new lights and cameras. And we've just been grinding so hard. Getting up at 4 a.m. every day is not easy.
No.
But it has facilitated business growth for us. And so you just understand that it's part of the process.
Yeah.
And being like YouTube tells us, we're top 5% of all global sports talk streamers.
Yeah.
We let that sink in. We are in the top 5% of every channel on YouTube that streams sports live. So like sports talk, we're in the top 5% of that. Now we have 100,000 subscribers. I'm happy for us.
Yeah.
I'm happy for us. Like it feels like we've accomplished something.
Yeah. I mean, I that's why I keep saying like, and I'm not trying to be the corny guy that's like, oh, like it's all on, like you guys did amazing. Like I'm telling you though, it really, really matters. Like every channel says, hey, hit the like button, subscribe. But in this format with what we do and the kind of community that we have, the power that you guys as the viewer have to continue to grow the community and continue to reach new heights is immense, because every time, and you can go and look for yourself, right? I mean, that's the like button stats.
It's
are
huge. The like button is huge.
Dude, you can go and see the shows that have like when we were in afternoons in prime time and realignment, the shows that have like 10,000 views and have 500 likes on them just continue to grow the community. And that's why I say, like, that's why I'm excited about the plaque. You're damn right that thing's going on the wall. 100% that thing is going on the wall in some form or
exciting.
fashion.
It is exciting. Aaron says I'm a newbie. Nah, man.
Nah, bro.
You're good. Noel Ramirez, that's how I discovered you guys through searching for college football realignment. Hit the like button.
Yes.
Hit the like button.
Please.
Makes a huge difference, right? Bryce Martin, it's like the Avengers Endgame Monty Show edition. All the OGs are coming back.
Yes.
Love it.
Yes.
Boston Mapes, food rants are classic. Drums only. Ranch over blue cheese. Eating candy bars, hot dog sandwiches, cooking spaghetti.
Do you salt your water?
No, asshole. It's people like you who break your spaghetti in half to put it in the, it's not going to fit in the pot. Yes, it will. Man, Mike, growing up in an Italian.
Where is the Italian?
You do not break spaghetti. You don't. Bacavo Book Club must listen.
Bacavo Book Club, bro.
Yes. Capazzo, what's up, Capazzo? Happy for you on 100K. Can't wait for you to hit 1 million. That would be, we'll never hit 1 million, I don't think. You think we'll ever have 1 million subs?
We need stories.
Yeah.
So the other part of this is the news cycle. So like we grew so much in realignment because everybody wanted to talk about it. The Michigan cheating scandal, huge for us. So what's going to be the next thing? I don't know if it's college football related. I don't know. Like the Ohtani thing did some business for us. You know, like there have been some things, but we haven't had that huge burn the world down story lately.
Yeah, we haven't had Jimmy cheating.
Yeah.
Those cheeseburgers, Monty. Those kids were hungry.
Why we have fine, Mom.
Loner Phone. Best part of the show is giving back mantra, whether school supplies or feeding kids. It makes me proud
That's
to support
the other thing,
show.
dude.
Huge. The advocates. That and it's why, you know, Big O Tires and American Fork. It's using our promo codes. It's all that stuff, man, because if you support the advocates, you support the show.
Yeah.
Raising $1,000 a couple of weeks ago for the advocates. Unbelievable.
In one show.
Unbelievable. OG Gary, got to add the Monty Show team to my favorite list. Definitely a we thing now. Exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Dibs, is it better to soak after grinding or before? Well, I think you got to do it on both ends.
Juicy.
Caleb Aylmore, the sit or stand rant is gold.
Team lean, bro. Team lean.
Says the guy who's a front to backer.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Check under your fingernails, loser.
Damn.
The front to back conversation alone on this show. Big Blue Horses, time for a new backdrop. It's kind of old, like Monty and myself. Exactly.
Monty.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're not making any changes.
Brandon Butler, stand or lean, front to back. I'm going side to side. Yes. Sean Schrock. What's up, Sean? Good to see you. Congrats. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
The Big Lubbock. Hey. I started listening because I heard Monty was a Red Raider. Exactly right.
See? Tortilla land.
Boyd Lake, the big reason I stayed was when I found you around 6K subs was because you would talk about BYU sports honestly and notice you gave every team a fair take. So many shows take sides and you don't. Yeah. Unless it's the Bears drafting Caleb Williams or Caleb Trubisky or Mitch Williams, whatever. There are a few.
That was a masterpiece of dog shit.
Mitch. Ooh. Aaron Wilson, hit the like button. Yes, please. I didn't even look at the like button today. Where are we? We're at over 1,000 views and we have only 66 likes. You guys hit the like button. Tanner Plummer, you better thank Emperor McNabb too. He grew your subscribers.
Emperor
He did not.
McNabb.
Donovan
That's
McNabb
bullshit.
did not.
Emperor McMid.
Capazzo, flats with blue cheese, the biggest thing ever. Breaking the spaghetti is a huge sin. Exactly right. You don't break the spaghetti. Robert Fowler, what you guys did for Aaron Wilson was one of the best feelings that I've ever witnessed. Yeah, we tried to raise enough money for Aaron. Snuka says, what? I don't know. Monty owes a ribeye. The amount of accounts I have made to support this show since pre-Growcock is ridiculous. Hopefully one of my accounts can make the Wall of Fame someday. Monty owes a ribeye is a Hall of Fame account.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Tanner Plummer, it's probably already been mentioned, but the virgin talk was great. Do you know how many people still think Jake's a virgin?
Is it possible that they could ride the D?
Do you know how many people think he's a virgin? Because for how many years did I say, well, Jake, he's a virgin?
You got to get stroked.
Jake's a virgin. What does he know?
Honestly, I'd start stroking guys.
I think I've hit it every time.
I just want to personally thank Brooks Koepka for that comment.
You got to get stroked. Honestly, I'd start stroking guys.
It's my guy. The show always makes me hungry and sometimes hangry.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. It's this show, you guys. This show is not something we take for granted.
Yeah.
And it would be easy to do that. And I just appreciate every one of you for being here. I know today was kind of crazy with the girls throwing confetti and putting up balloons and having a good time. And
yeah.
But that's what this show's about. You don't know what you're going to get on a daily basis. And the fact we're at 100,000 subscribers is absolutely ridiculous and flattering. And I thank you. And please hit the like button. And yeah, it's humbling.
Yeah, it's humbling. It's crazy to watch. It's, I just think that it's a cool thing. Reaching 10,000 was a great accomplishment for us just because we needed to get over that hump to start actually growing the format so that we could actually make some semblance of income.
Yeah.
But I think, getting to 100,000, I continue to say it, go look around at the other channels we were competing with. And it's no slight to them. I'm not saying it in a negative way to them, but the growth this channel has seen is not because we're doing something special. Yeah, we put the show on every day. I think we have one of the best shows out there. That's my opinion though. Other people will tell you it sucks, whatever. But you guys watching and interacting and being here is why the show is where it's at. And to that end, I say keep being Hall of Fame commenters, man. Keep being
Hall of Fame like button hitters.
Yeah. Hit the like button, subscribe, keep trying to tell us that Apple has a loaner phone program. Keep doing that stuff because that stuff works.
Yeah. See Vegas, the Bill Walton headed chirp was classic. We try. Waves in opposition. His name is John Cena. Thanks for the daily laughs. Exactly right.
And his name is John Cena.
Oh, and the best way to go out. Hopefully there is enough butter for all the toast to get to a million. God, you're such...
Dude, that is iconic, bro.
The day that you said that, and then we asked Gloria Nevarez. Then we used that line when we interviewed Gloria Nevarez.
Oh, well, Gloria, is there enough butter for all the toast in the conference right now?
So good. The Monty Show, as always, is presented by our good friends at The Advocates. TheAdvocates.com, the best injury attorneys in the business. Wouldn't be at 100K without The Advocates. Would not. You get in an accident, you get hurt at work today. I know that's not what you want to think about, but it's inevitable. Call The Advocates. You get in a car accident, call The Advocates. You get hurt at work, call The Advocates. You trip and fall, call The Advocates. You never pay The Advocates unless and until they win your case. The Monty Show's at 100,000 subs. Say, it's all because of you, Mommy.
It's all because of you, Monty.